These are the progressive news headlines for Tuesday, September 8th. I'm Julianna Forlano. Thanks for joining us. You're watching ACT TV. Coming off Labor Day weekend, immigrant and workers' rights advocates are sounding the alarm in response to reports of migrant grape pickers being forced to work in fire evacuation zones by California growers. While the threat of flames and smoke was strong enough in Sonoma County to provoke the relocation of area residents, the county agriculture commissioner invited workers to continue laboring in the fields. They doled out evacuation area access passes to dozens of agricultural producers. Many of these farm workers are undocumented, which has advocates pointing to the situation as an example that many who were deemed essential at the outset of the coronavirus pandemic have been rendered disposable, in the face of record-setting heat wave and extremely dangerous conditions. You can go to farmworkerjustice.org to help support migrant farm workers. Again, it's farmworkerjustice.org. With less than 2 months before U.S. general elections in November, high-level Democrats in Congress and the Attorney General of North Carolina are calling for the investigations into Postmaster General Louis DeJoy after explosive reporting over the weekend, which contained allegations that DeJoy criminally violated campaign finance laws. Former employees say DeJoy would reimburse workers using payroll bonuses for political giving, an arrangement that is unlawful under both federal law and in North Carolina, where his logistics company, New Breed of what? Anyway, that's where it is, in North Carolina. So much happening in North Carolina. Trump is breaking laws by telling people to vote twice. This guy is breaking laws, by making this kind of arrangement. Anyway, the organization Common Cause filed is suing Trump and his administration to save the Postal Service and reverse the dangerous anti-voting changes made by DeJoy. You can join their fight at commoncause.org. Over the weekend, Jacob Blake spoke publicly for the first time since police officers shot him in the back at point-blank range. In a video from his hospital bed, Blake said he is in constant pain as a result of the shooting and reminded listeners just how quickly everything can be taken from you. He called for social cooperation and insisted on the importance of economic opportunity. Let's take a listen. Oh. Give me a sec. We'll take a listen. There we go. Oh, we're going around. Maybe it's very popular. Oh, can't get it. Oh, well, I think we're going to have to move on. I apologize for that. Let's give it one more try. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can take a plate to play. It's so important. Not working. Not sure what the deal is, and I apologize for that. Technical Yeah, we were so close to having a whole show with no technical difficulties. Today's just not the day for that, I guess. All right, here we go. We'll move on. Sorry about that. You can find that speech. I believe it's on YouTube at this point. More than 1,000 protesters from the climate movement and Extinction Rebellion used vehicles and bamboo structures to block Rupert Murdoch's printing operations over the weekend. Members of Extinction Rebellion UK staged overnight blockades of newspaper printing and delivery sites, which they say was in response to Murdoch's media enterprises perpetuating the global climate crisis by willfully misinforming the public about the emergency now facing humanity. In response to criticism that the group is inhibiting a free press, Extinction Rebellion said, and we quote, that the real story is that humanity is facing an emergency of unprecedented scale, and the papers we have targeted are not reflecting the scale and urgency of what is happening to our planet. If you want to check out or get involved in what the folks are doing over there, you can go to Extinction Rebellion .us. They do a lot of good work here. And finally, in an outlandishly on-point metaphor for late-stage capitalism and the current apocalypse it's now spawned, multiple boats in a Trump parade in Texas this weekend sank. Sorry to laugh. I don't think anyone was killed, but still, they got swamped or were forced to put in distress calls to rescue crews, which would be considered leftist because you pool your money to pay these people and then they come and help you when you get sunk in your fascist parade. The MAGA crazed hotshots in rich boats with no sense of the common good drove too fast and too close to the smaller, poorer boats, engulfing them in their collective stupidity. First responders tried to rescue people from the water as other boats just sped by with zero concern for those in the water. Although that's what you would expect. The Trumpies, officials, you'd think that they would at least save their own other hater people that are in the water. Or maybe they just expected them to be drunk and swimming. I don't know how you could just leave someone in the water. Okay, officials said that at least 5 boats sank, with around 15 sending in distress calls as they began to sink. There were no deaths or serious injuries, which makes it so much easier to make a lot of fun of this. Let's watch the video. Hopefully this one will play. I mean, look at this. It's terrifying. They're screaming, help us, help us. Boats are broken apart. There's people driving by and not picking anybody up. They're screaming, help us. I can't believe it. You're watching Act TV. I'm Julianna Forlano. Welcome back. I missed you over the Labor Day weekend. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel and maybe like this particular video. You can follow me, Julianna Forlano, on the Twitters and follow Act TV across platforms. I just did an interview with John Nichols. It should be right here on this YouTube page. If you missed it on our Facebook page live or on our Twitch page live, our interviews there usually start around 10:15 a.m. Eastern time. Thanks for watching on all the platforms. That is it for today. Guess who's coming on to our program tomorrow? That is right. One of your favorites and mine, Professor Richard Wolff, is coming on to discuss, the economic apocalypse that we're seeing here in our midst. So stay tuned for that. Have a great Tuesday. Stay safe, be well, and I'll see you tomorrow.